What is going on, college basketball fans? Today I'm going to give you guys 5 of my top potential Cinderella teams for this year's March Madness. We are actually going to head into the bracket creator. I'm going to show you the paths that these teams could make given their seeding in the tourney, and I'm ready to get started. I just want to say subscribe if you guys are new. Daily college basketball March Madness coverage here on the channel. Hit that like button if you guys enjoy, and comment down below your top potential Cinderella for this year's March Madness tournament. Let's get it started. All right, so my first team is a 9 seed, and every single team out of the 5 as we go is going to be a lower and lower seed as we move on and be a little bit more and more kind of just crazy, the madness that happens in March. So we're gonna get creative here with this, and I have a lot of potential Cinderellas. But my first one here at a 9 seed is the Florida Atlantic University Owls, and if they can get past Memphis, because I really do hate that 8-9 matchup between Memphis and FAU. Definitely the strongest 8-9 matchup in my opinion, and I really wish that FAU would have gotten a 7 or a 10 seed, because then I 100% would have taken them to go far in March. But going up against a hot Memphis team right off the bat, that's going to be tricky. But if they can get past them, I could see them potentially upsetting Purdue, and with a lot of people choosing Oral Roberts, Duke is a hot team right now, so that's going to be tough. But if they go up against a team like Tennessee, I think FAU gets past them, and I could see them going all the way to the Elite Eight. And the thing about Florida Atlantic is they don't really have like that one star player, and I kind of like that. Like more recently, you look at teams that were Cinderellas like St. Peter's, like Loyola Chicago. These teams didn't really have like that one star player on their team. They were a really good starting 5. It was a different player taking over every game for these teams, and FAU has that type of potential. If they can get past the first 2 rounds, I could see FAU making the Elite 8, and given the right matchup, possibly getting down to the Final Four. I don't think that they would be able to beat Marquette. I think they might need a little bit help from maybe a Michigan State here, getting an upset, getting a Kansas State or a Michigan State. I could see FAU potentially going all the way to the Final Four. They might need a little bit of help in this bottom bracket, and a little bit of a help because I don't think they can beat Duke. Because if Duke's hot, they make the Sweet 16, that's going to be very hard for Florida Atlantic. But if they can get Tennessee, Louisiana, or Oral Roberts there in the Sweet 16, I could see FAU going on a pretty deep run to the Elite 8 this March. All right, my next team, we're staying in the same region, in the East region. It is the 11 seed, and it is Providence. Like I said, as we go on, the more and more we're getting lower and lower seeds. We got 9 seed the first time, we got an 11 seed this time, and I could see Providence, the way that they are positioned from an 11 seed, go pretty far this year. Like they could beat Kentucky. I feel like Providence can also beat Kansas State, and if that happens, they are set up pretty good. And I don't necessarily like the matchup with Marquette there, with a Big East versus Big East battle. Again, if they can get some help from Michigan State there, I feel like that is a very possible 7-2 upset right there. I could see Providence getting all the way to the Elite 8. And given what happens at the top, maybe we see a FAU, a Memphis, or even a Duke. I wouldn't hate Providence beating Duke here in the Elite 8, but I could definitely see an 11-seed Providence team getting to the Elite 8. 11 seeds are a prime spot for a team to make a deep run in March Madness as a Cinderella, and Providence, a very solid team. I feel like they're underseeded as an 11 seed. They had a really good season. Ed Croswell down low, Bryce Hopkins down low. Bryce Hopkins is going to need some revenge on his former team, Kentucky. They got Devin Carter, Jared Bynum. Like, these are some hoopers on their squad. Like I said, I feel like they got underseeded. They actually did beat Marquette in double overtime once this year. I don't think they would do it again on a neutral site court, so I think they'll need a little bit of help there. But I really like 11 seeds as a potential team to go very far in March that would break a lot of people's brackets. Providence has a chance to go to the Elite 8 or at least the Sweet 16 from the 11 seed. I like that Cinderella a lot. My third team on this list, we are heading up to a 12 seed now in the South region, and that is Charleston, the College of Charleston. I could see them getting past San Diego State. A lot of people are saying this is a trap game. Don't take Charleston. I think it could be a trap game. Like, I'm not counting out San Diego State at all. But if Charleston can get past San Diego State, I like them to beat Furman or Virginia in the second round. I think that could 100% happen. And this is the scenario that I could see happening, and I actually have it in one of my brackets. So Alabama wins, obviously, there. And then you have West Virginia beat Maryland, and I think that West Virginia could potentially beat Alabama in the 9/1. And call me crazy, but Emmett Matthews, Trey Mitchell, they could play some good defense there on Brandon Miller. I think West Virginia has some really good guards, veteran guards, like more experienced than Alabama's guards even. I mean, you have Quinterly, who's a senior, but West Virginia have Eric Stevenson, Keedy Johnson as seniors. They have some bigs that can protect the paint, offensive rebound. I could see West Virginia pulling off that upset. And then I could also see Charleston beating West Virginia here and going all the way to the Elite 8. Now, whether it's Creighton, Baylor, Arizona, whoever comes out of this bottom half into the Elite 8, I think they would probably beat Charleston there, but to the Elite 8 as a 12 seed would just be amazing. And Charleston, very similar to the FAU team that I talked about earlier as the 9 seed. They have a very, very strong starting 5. Every single player in their starting 5 averages at least 10 points per game. There is no one star player just taking over games for this Charleston team. They are a great passing team, a great 3-point shooting team. If they can get past a very gritty defense in San Diego State, I think I could see them going on a deep run. Next team is the 13 seed from the Midwest, and this is a team that I have been high on for a while. Definitely picking them to go on a slight Cinderella team in at least one of my brackets, and that is the Kent State Flashers. And Kent State, they are a team that has 2 very good senior guards in Carey and Jacobs, a team that really all around their lineup just has senior players, and I could see them pulling off the upset over Indiana. I believe that Kent State's guards are probably better than Indiana's guards at this point. I mean, Jalen Hood-Schifino is a beast, but other than that, Indiana's guards are just kind of shooters. And I could see Drake pulling off the upset over Miami, which would give Kent State an easier ride. But even if Miami comes out, I could see Kent State pulling off another upset right there and getting to the Sweet 16. The only problem is they have to play Houston. I'm very high on Houston making it to the Sweet 16. I don't see them being able to pull off that 13-1 upset, which is why this is just a slight Cinderella run to the Sweet 16 from the 13 spot. But I am a huge fan of this pick. Kent State could make some noise. I like the draw that they got at the 13 seed, and I've been high on them for quite a while this year so far. And Kent State did actually play Houston earlier this year. They lost by single digits, kept it pretty close. This is a senior team, a very solid team, and Kent State, look out for them come March Madness. My 5th and final potential Cinderella for this year's March Madness, and I told you we are going to get crazier and crazier as we go down, and that is the 15 seed from the West region, UNC Asheville, the Bulldogs. And I know what you guys are thinking, another 15 seed, but look, this could be the St. Peter's of this year, the Oral Roberts from 2021 of this year. I could see UNC Asheville making it to the Sweet 16 from a 15 seed, and I don't hate the upset pick there over UCLA. I definitely have it in one of my brackets already. They have a really good senior forward in Drew Pember, who is averaging over 20 points per game, 9 rebounds per game. They also have some good senior guards on that team. And Northwestern Boise State, I feel like both of those teams are pretty beatable if you can get past UCLA. And UNC Asheville, I think they could be this year's 15 seed to go on a deep run in March this season. If I had to pick any 15 seed to win a game over a 2 seed this year, it would definitely be the Bulldogs of UNC Asheville. And wow, that would be insane. I honestly hope it happens. I love to see a good Cinderella like that make some noise. It is just always amazing to see. But that is going to do it for this video. Let me know your guys' top Cinderella picks down below in the comment section. Make sure you guys leave a like for me if you guys enjoyed, and subscribe for daily college basketball March Madness coverage here on the channel. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching.